Hello, classmates. It's Michael Fanderlinden over here. It was a very pleasant surprise to catch up with KV and Chaco just recently, and eventually with all of you. Gopal and KV have been on to me for a short voice recording of a couple of memorable events that happened to me during my 9 years at SJC. There were many memorable events that happened to me when I was at SJC, but two events have for some reason embedded themselves in my memory. One involves Adrian Rosario, who all of us know as Cockeye, and the other involves Bala and Mr. Watson. So, on to the Cockeye story first. Cockeye and I were on a day trip to Uti, and we hired a couple of bicycles. We were enjoying our ride around Uti in very pleasant weather. There were a couple of ladies walking ahead of us in our direct path. I assumed that Cockeye had seen them, but he was chattering so much that he was not really paying attention. Anyway, long story short, he ran into the lady on the right-hand side from the back. His front wheel went right between her legs. She turned around and took a big swipe at Cockeye, but luckily he ducked. He abandoned his bike and he took off. It was then up to me to retrieve his bike with two very cranky ladies holding the bike hostage. Right. Now, the second event that's still in my memory is a staff versus students soccer game, football match at the top flat at SJC. Bala and I were about 12 or 13 years old at the time, and we were standing next to each other alongside the edge of the field, and just watching the game, enjoying the day. Mr. Watson was the fullback for the staff team. The only time we ever saw him in shorts was when he was playing football. He had legs, honestly, that looked like tree trunks. They were huge, and they must have looked even larger than they were, to a 12 and 13-year-old kids. If he booted the ball, it just went from one end of the field to the other end of the field. Massive kick. But back to the game. The students were attacking, but Mr. Watson attacked them and got the ball off them. The action was right in front of where Bala and I were standing. At that instant, I thought I'd curry a little bit of favour with Mr. Watson, so I cheered him on. Or I thought I was cheering him on. I screamed, "Kick, sir," meaning for Mr. Watson to kick the ball. However, Watson must have thought that I was invoking the attacking student to give Mr. Watson a really good kicking. So I thought nothing more of it. But after the game, Bala was summoned to Mr. Watson. When I saw Bala afterwards, I asked him what had happened. He said that Watson had slogged him, had given him a few cuts. I asked Bala why this happened, and he did not know. After thinking about it over the years, I believe it was a case of mistaken identity or collateral damage, whichever, after the kicks incident. So after all these years, Bala, my apologies. Well, those are my two stories. I'm looking forward to catching up with all of you in January, not too far. See you all, bye.